Okay, so lying down, butterfly position with the legs, wrapping your arms around the top of the head, closing your eyes, and just connecting to your breath for a moment. So we really want to feel a softening in the body with your arms overhead. You want to feel a softening in the shoulders. You want to feel an opening through the ribs and rib cage, a lifting of the diaphragm, a softening through the groin. As you breathe, breathing in and out nice and slowly. Let's slowly extend down through the leg. Keep your arms wrapped around the top of the head. Take your feet towards the left side of the mat, taking the right ankle on top of the left ankle. Curve your upper body to the left and then focus on lengthening that right side of the body. Just let that be quite soft. Just feel the lengthening happening. Connective tissue releasing a little bit, that space between the ribs and the hip. Spaciousness. Easy breath, breathing into that right side of the body. Let's take the walk over to the other side. So your feet go to the right side of the mat. Upper body curves to the right, and we're lengthening into the left side of the body. So what we want to focus on a little bit today is, with ease, moving in and out through the postures. And even when there are the postures that require more strength and a bit more effort, there's ease in the effort. There's that balance between effort and ease. It doesn't always have to feel like you're pushing in order to get results. So it doesn't always have to feel like we're really grafting. We want to work efficiently and know which muscles we're activating and how much effort is required, while not overdoing it with everything else. Come into the center, stretch both arms and back, and just take a big, like yawny stretch out. Then raise your right leg, just hold on to the back of the leg. And then walk up a little bit towards the calves, point the toes towards your head, maybe going into some ankle rotations. Just hold for a few more breaths. Now, with the same leg, bend the knee towards you. Hold on to that knee with your right hand. Take your left arm out to the side and then take your right knee out to the side. So you're pulling that knee out towards your armpit. So it's a bent knee. Your right knee is bent and you're holding it with your right hand. And then you're pulling that leg a little bit outwards. So take the leg towards your armpit. So let your knee fall open to the side. So we're getting that inner thigh stretch. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You had it right. Now, what you could do, if you wanted to, if you're able to, you could actually grab your foot and extend the leg out to the right. Otherwise, just keep holding your knee. You can try and go to a straight leg out to the side, not up to the ceiling, out to the side, to the wall on your right side. And then slowly bring that leg back in, extend the leg down the mat. Make sure you're nice and straight on the mat. Bring your left leg up, hold on to it, and just slowly building up towards the calf and maybe going into the ankle rotations. Now bend the left knee to your chest, and with your left hand, take that leg out. So we've got that inner thigh stretch. So let your leg fall out towards the left. And again, just holding it like that, or if you want to, you can try extending the leg out to the side. And take another 2 breaths like this. And then slowly bend the knee back to the center, bring it back, and then place your feet on the ground. Now let's take the feet, bend your knees and place the feet as wide as the mat. Take your arms out wide, and now let's start to window wiper the legs. Just letting the knees drop from right to left slowly. Take the legs over to the right and leave them there. Now you can bring that right leg on top. So we're doing the IT band stretch. And what you want to do, so the right leg would be on top of the left thigh. You want to think about lengthening your waist. So think about the ribs, the hips pulling away from the ribs, so the space between the ribs and the hips. And then that pulling sensation from the hip down to the knee. And then just let that pressure of that top leg do the work. Just gentle. Now take the foot off to the ground and then go the other way with the legs. And again, if you like, you can go IT band stretch on that side. So the weight of that top leg is lengthening from the waist to the hip to the knee. One more breath like this, and then take your feet to the ground, come back to the center. And we're going to bring the feet a little closer to the bottom, bent knees, and reach your arms behind. We're doing a little bit of spinal mobility, so lifting up through the hips, and stay there for a moment, pressing evenly through the feet. And now imagine the front of your body, so imagine your knees pushing away a little. So keep pressing away through the knees, and then scoop your belly in, round your spine out, and then slowly, slowly roll down through the spine. Lower back coming to the floor, bottom to the floor. Then we'll do it again. Tilt the pelvis first, lower back to the floor, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, lengthen the front of the body. And then on the way down, exhale down. Do a few more like this. And be quite slow and really focused. And see if you can see what's going on in the body. Notice where the stickiness or tightness is, but also notice any little niggles, anything that in any part of the movement. So for me, for example, on my way up, I'm noticing my right IT band is tight. I'm noticing that my right knee, there's a little pull, a little niggle as I come up. So notice those little things. Just notice if there's something going on in any part of the body. And we'll just do another 2. You can also wriggle or snake or pivot the spine down a little bit. I'm going to do one more here. And then we're going to come up and stay up. So lift the hips and stay there. And then bring your hands underneath your body. See if you can intertwine the fingers, rock onto the shoulders, press down into the floor with your arms and with your feet. Now squeezing your glutes. So contract your glute muscles and make sure you're not dumping into your lower back. So when you get that squeeze of the glutes, try pressing into your heels and see if you can open up through the chest and shoulders. So the lift of the hips, like creating more lift in the hips, is not just coming from a big push up with your hips. It's also that opening through the chest. So the whole curve opens up a bit. And you keep pressing through the feet. If you're feeling it mainly in your lower back, you should be feeling nice and strong through the glutes. You don't want to get too much into the lower back. Not that you're not going to feel it, but you don't want to feel like that's the main point. You want to keep opening that front body. We're taking another 2 breaths. And we take an inhale to lift, and then we slowly come down, rolling down and hugging the knees to the chest. Hold it here, maybe doing a little bit of side to side. Okay, let's keep the knees together. Take the arms out wide, keeping your legs lifted and knees up and knees quite close to the body. Now from here, take both your knees towards the right, and you're going to keep them off the ground. So it's like you're aiming your knees towards your elbow. Now draw the navel to the spine, come through to center, and take your legs to the left, and aiming your knees towards the elbow. Draw the navel to the spine. Let's go the other way. So we're going towards the elbow, keeping the knees together, come back to center. See if you can keep your knees quite close to your chest as well. Going towards the right. And then back to the center. Now stay in the center for a moment. Extend your right leg straight up to the ceiling, keeping the knees together. And then take your legs over to the left and aim your foot towards your hand. Draw the navel to spine. Come back to center, switching leg. Go over towards the right hand. Come back to center. Switching again. See if you can focus on particularly as you come back, focus on drawing the navel to the spine and engaging your core. So you are using your arms, but not only or mainly using your arms. Your arms are assisting. You can challenge that even further if you like by taking both legs up. You might not go as far. Again, use the core. So not just using your arms. Stay with both knees bent. Stay with one leg bent. Just do what feels good. Don't worry about, you don't need to do two legs straight. You don't even need to do one leg straight. We go for one more each side. Then place the feet back to the ground. Good. Knees are still bent, feet on the ground. So let's take the arms back down alongside the body. Again, we want to focus on the core. So maintain a neutral spine for a moment and then do a little lift up through the pelvic floor. So that lifting through that perineum, lifting up. Then from there, take your right leg to tabletop and then make sure you're still in neutral as you bring your left leg to tabletop. Your knees are directly above your hips. Okay, now place both hands against your thighs. And just take a few moments here. So you're pressing your thighs into your hands and your hands into your thighs. And relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. You should feel your pelvic floor engaging as well as your lower belly, like as if your jeans are pulling tighter. So hold that position. Try not to pull any strain into your neck. Keep your neck long. Take another 2 breaths. You're just pressing into your thighs with your hands, and your hands are pressing into your thighs. Back of the pelvis is flat. One more breath. And we slowly bring the legs back down. Just take a pause here. So if you're feeling your back imprint a little bit more, so go a little bit flatter through your back. This is about strengthening your core. So your core muscles do wrap around, okay? So you do get those deep muscles all the way around. So you will feel a contraction into the back, but we don't want to feel it's just all into the back. You really want to feel those deep core muscles stabilizing. Bring one leg to tabletop. Engage your core, bring the other leg to tabletop, hold it here. Bring your hands to your thighs and hold it here. Now from here, take your right arm straight up to the ceiling. Keep your left hand pressing against the front of your thigh. So it's like you're trying to push the thigh away with your hand. And at the same time, you're pushing that thigh back into your hand. Now extend your right leg and arm away from each other. Hold it here. So the right leg goes down towards the floor and the right arm goes back, and then bring it back. So do that again. Really important. Keep pressing that left thigh. So reach the right arm and leg away as you press into your left thigh with your left hand. So that pressing into your left thigh with your left hand is key. So just do that again one more time. The arm and leg reach away as you keep pressing into your left thigh. And then bring it back and place your feet on the ground for a moment. Hands on the ground. Lift your hips up into a bridge. Squeeze your glutes. That's your counter pose. So you're squeezing your bottom, coming up, and then you bring it back down. So imprint if you need to. Take your legs up to tabletop. Stay there. Take your left hand, put it against the front of your thigh. So place your right hand, against the front of your thigh. So put it against your thigh on your right thigh. Now your left arm to the ceiling. And your left leg is going to extend away as your left arm extends away, but at the same time, press that thigh and hand towards each other firmly. Good. Bring it back. Inhale. Do it again. Exhale. Extend it away a little bit. Keep pressing into the thigh. That's it. Bring it back. Again, extend it away as you press into the hand and the thigh. Bring it back. Both hands to the thighs. Stay here. Last little bit. Both hands to the thighs. Lift your head and shoulders. Push your thighs into your hands. Engage your pelvic floor. Take 2 breaths, crunch and hold, and then bring it down and extend your legs away. Take a big reach your arms behind. And then make your way to a sitting position. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, bring your hands to your shin. And then just do a nice easy slide forward and stay there for a moment. All right, so let's stay in that slide forward with the chin tucked in a little. Now do a little bit of a lean towards the right. So you're leaning a little bit one way, a little bit the other way. Just a few little stretches here. And then let's come back up, sitting up tall. Now, butterfly the legs, soles of the feet together, bring them in close. Hold it here, tuck your chin a little bit. And then ease out of that. Now let's take the legs comfortably wide. So you don't have to take them too wide, just take them out. And you could sit on a little cushion or something if you want to. The most important thing is that you're sitting tall on your sit bones, okay? So you're not having your tailbone tucked under. So if you find it hard to sit tall, then sit on a cushion. Okay, so let's take the arms out wide, legs are out wide. So take the legs wide, arms wide. Sitting tall, we're going to go with the right hand towards the left foot. Come up tall, left hand towards the right foot. And then just in your own time, find a bit of a rhythm. Make sure you're extending upwards with your torso, so you're not just rounding out, throwing your arms around. You might need to bend your knees a little bit. Think about how the body works. The hamstrings, they connect up to the tissue of the back. And so if we're hamstrings are not, haven't got the flexibility, going to put the strain on the back. So we unlock the knees a little bit, taking that strain out of the hamstrings. So that takes the strain out of the back. One more each side. And then we're going to reach up tall, raising both arms. We're going to place the hands on either side of one leg, walk it forward, and just lean towards one leg. We inhale, reach it up, we go to the other side, walk it towards that leg. And then we come back. All right, let's swing the legs around to the back. Come up to a hands and knees position. And then going into a little bit of cat flows. Now, again, hand position is important. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. And the knees are about hip width apart. And then moving through. Now, it's also tempting to rock backwards and forwards a little bit. See if we can stay for now in one place. So we're not leaning forward and back with our weight. And then try slowing it down. We're going to come to a flat back, plugging the shoulders into the sockets, tucking the toes, spreading the hands. Looking slightly forward, take a breath in, hovering both knees just off the floor. So you'll feel that strength in your core. And then from there, push the bottom up and back. A little bit of marching through the feet, suctioning the hands into the floor. Both heels press, keeping the knees a little bit unlocked, and hold it here. And then slowly come back to the knees. So we'll step the right leg forward between the hands and open up through the front of the hip. So here we want to feel that length from the knee to the hip out through the crown. And take another breath like this. And then tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and push back to the mountain. Knees back to the knees, step the left leg forward. Lengthen out from the knee to the hip to the crown. Lifting the back knee, we're going to step to the front of the mat. So unlock your knees. You could rest your elbows against the top of your knees. And just keep the weight shifting towards the toes a little. Let your head hang. You want to feel a bit of decompression in the spine. So shift your weight more towards your toes. And just notice how it changes the sensation if you move to your toes or you move back to your heels. Placing the hands on the knees, pressing all the way back up to upright. Good. When you come into standing, raising that right arm up, and just do a little side bend over towards the left, reaching out through the fingers. And we take that to the other side. And then come back to center. Okay, so stay standing. Take the feet just a little bit wider. And take some weight towards your left leg. Now, if you want to, you could hold onto a wall here. You could even, if you have a roller, you could hold onto a roller, because we're going to do a little bit of dynamic balance. So the right leg lifts, the core stays engaged, and then all we're doing is throwing that leg around. So you bring the knee up and throw the leg back. So just let it swing. Now, taking that leg behind, keeping the leg straight. You're on your toes, okay? So lift right up onto your toes. Bring your hands to your hips. So the heel is off the ground. You're going to bend the back knee towards the floor. So you're not going to come to the floor, but you're going to bend it towards the floor, and then tuck your chin in and tuck your tailbone. Feel a big stretch in your hip flexor here. So stay there. So you want to keep the weight a little bit over that back foot. Hold it here. Keep that tailbone tucked. And then straighten out. Now, hop that foot forward, but keep the weight on the left leg. And then see if you can grab the ankle, raise your left arm up, squeeze your glute a little bit, reaching up to the ceiling. Hold it here. And then place the foot down. Good. Okay, keep the feet about hip width apart, or maybe even shoulder width apart, which is a little bit wider. Take some weight towards your right leg, free up the left leg, and swing that leg out. And then we take that leg behind, okay? Straight leg to start with, on your toes, so the heel is off the ground, hands onto the hips, bend the back knee, And then tuck your chin. So bend the back knee a lot, like as if you're trying to touch the floor with the back knee. And you're keeping your weight on the back leg. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, look towards your navel. So you're squeezing your glute, sending your pubic bone forward. Hold it here. And then lift up, hop that leg forward. And then we'll pick that right leg up. Oh, sorry, left leg up. And raise your right arm to the ceiling. And hold, keep a little bit of a tuck here. Lifting tall. And bring that foot down. Standing with the feet hip width apart. Take a big inhale, raise your arm. And then as you exhale, do a slow sweep down, bending the knees, press through the feet and come back up. So it's slow motion. So you're going down, you're going to bend your knees, sweep through with the arms, bend through the knees, drive the ground away. And one more like this. Sweep through, bend through the knees, come up. And we're going to do a little bit more of a dynamic movement. Sweep and press. It's exactly the same, but it's more dynamic. You want to feel that movement through the legs. Bend, bend and push. Bend the knees, bend and push. Really key with the bending of the knees. One more time. Bend the knees, bend and push and hold. Bring the arms down. Keep the knees bent and rotate the spine. Sweeping around, looking over the shoulder. Keeping the knees bent as you do this. Another couple like this. And then we ease off and come back to that center position. We stand with the feet about hip width apart, knees are unlocked, eyes are closed. Open up through the chest, soften through the face. One more breath. Now take the arms overhead and stretch out. You can lean back a little, reach forward and hold. Now take your hands to the floor and step back into a plank position. So the arms and legs are strong. You're looking slightly forward, strong core, legs strong, arms strong. Hold it, suck the tummy in. Push up to the mountain. Our feet are about hip width apart. Suction the hands into the floor, looking towards the feet. Hold it here. Come up onto the toes and extend back into your plank position. Now be sure that you're looking slightly forward. Arms and legs are super strong. Core is engaged. Take one more breath. And then push back up to the mountain. Hold it here. Come back down to the knees. Hands and knees position. Take your right leg out behind. Lift it up. Now from here, bring that right knee towards your chest and push the ground away and crunch your abs. Now take that leg behind again. Now tuck your back toe. Okay, tuck your back toe. So the foot that's still on the ground, tuck the toes. Okay, from here, you're going to do the same thing. Crunch your abs, bring your nose to the knees, push the ground away. Now, if you want a little challenge, you hover the left knee just off the floor. You can bring that left knee down as you reach back through the leg, look forward, breathe in. Exhale again, crunching the abs and then hovering the knee if you want. Crunch your abs, bring it down, extend long. One more inhale. And bring it in, crunching, exhale. And bring both knees to the floor. Okay, so you're going to stay strong through the arms. So the first one we're going to do, just take that leg back, left leg, hold. Exhale, go into a crunch without the knee lifting. Stay there. You want to push the ground away, pull the navel in. Take the leg behind. Now the foot that's on the ground, tuck the toes if you want. Exhale, go into that round spine, and then once you've got that round spine, hover the knee. Bring the knee down, reach back, breathe in, look forward. Exhale, come back in, hover. Ease back down, one more, inhale. Exhale, crunch. And bring it back down. And then bring that leg down. Tuck your toes, push back to the mountain. Exhale. Shoulders are broad here. Bring the feet a little closer together and then raise your right leg high. Come forward into a crunch and bring the knee towards the chest. Go back, breathe in. Raise your leg high. Exhale into that crunch. Strong with the arms. Drive the ground away. Inhale. This time we step through. Step that leg between the hands. Now we're going to stay in the lunge position. Look forward, breathe in. And then straighten the front leg. Drive into your heel and big toe. Hold for a breath. Bend the front knee, take the back foot on an angle and come up to warrior one. Extending out, reaching out. Index fingers pointing upwards. Drive strong through both legs. Shoulders away from the ears. Now reach out over the front leg and pivot so you're on your toes in the back leg. See if you can shift your weight forward and lift the back leg up. Take the back foot down, come back up with your arms, hands to the floor, step back to the mountain, exhale. Raising your left leg high, come forward into that crunch. Drive the ground away, bring that knee up to the chest. Inhale again, we lift up. Exhale again into the crunch. And on the next one, inhale. And then exhale, step that leg through. Hold it here. Take a look forward. And then straighten the front leg. Drive into the heel and big toe. Hamstring stretch. Take another breath here. Bend the front knee. Take the back foot on an angle. Drive through. Raise your arms. Index fingers pointing up. We're in that warrior pose. Pivot. Reach out over the leg. And shift your weight forward. You can take that back leg off the ground. Bring the foot back, come back to your warrior. Hands come to the floor, step back to the mountain. Good. Extend into your high plank. Now, you can bring your knees down as you lower your body to the ground. Keep the elbows tucked in tight. Flatten the feet. Inhale to cobra. Now hold it for a few breaths. Coming all the way down, let's go to child's pose. Bottom goes back over the heels. Stretch and hold. Let's go through this one more time. So do the variation that works for you, okay? You might need to make some adjustments. Hands and knees, tuck your toes, push up to the mountain. Raising your right leg high. Come forward into a high plank and crunch. Driving the ground away, come back up, breathing in. Come forward and crunch. This time, step through. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg, drive into the heel and big toe. Bend the front knee, take the back foot on an angle, come up, warrior one, and hold. Good. Strong arms, strong through the legs, shoulders relaxed, away from the ears. Swivel onto the toes, reach forward, and come up if you can. Take that foot back, come back to warrior one. Hands to the floor, step back to the mountain. Take a breath. Tucking the chin. Always scanning for unnecessary tension. Here, we might feel unnecessary tension around the neck and shoulders. Let's raise the left leg high. Come forward and crunch, drive the ground away. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward. One more here. And stepping through. Take the back foot, oh no, sorry, straighten the front leg. Hold. And then the back foot on an angle, come up to warrior. Oops, too wide. And hold it here. Nice. Now swivel the foot, reach forward, take that back leg off the ground. And step back to warrior. Hands to the floor. Back to the mountain. Come into your high plank and hold. Lower the body to the ground. Breathe into cobra. And exhale to child's pose here. Take a big reach. Slide your hands back and slowly come to sitting back onto your heels. All right, so sitting up onto your heels, bring your hands behind your back, just intertwine the fingers for a moment, roll the shoulders back, so squeeze it together. Hold for a couple of breaths. One more breath like this. And then we're going to release the hands when you come up onto the knees and tuck the toes. So sitting up on your knees, toes tucked, raise your arms to the ceiling. Now squeeze your glutes a little bit, tuck your tailbone, and bring your right hand onto your bottom, keeping your left arm reaching back, and send your hips forward a little. Stay there for a moment. Then inhale as we bring both arms up. Then exhale, bring the left hand onto your bottom, sending the hips forward and reaching back. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, both hands onto your bottom or both hands onto your heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, tuck your tailbone, jaw closed. Another 2 breaths. Raising the arms slowly, extending up. Releasing down, come back to hands and knees. Couple of cat flows, just chicken. We do them properly. Back bending is really healthy for the back. Tuck your toes, press to the mountain, counter pose. Now we can step, walk or jump to the front of the mat. And then from here, bend your knees, make your way back to a sitting position. Okay. Straighten the legs out. There's a little video I saw of the older gentleman doing amazing yoga, all the arm balances and jump throughs and all that stuff. It was pretty impressive. Something to aspire to. Still got time. Now we're going to stay sitting tall. We're going to take the right leg over the left leg. So the left leg is straight, right leg over the left. And then twist towards that knee, bringing the other hand behind. Sitting tall and rotating the spine. We're going to stay here, close the eyes, and extend upwards through the spine. So from the tailbone to the crown. We'll extend back to the front and straighten out the right leg. Okay, set the other leg over. Wrap the arm around, sitting nice and tall. And again, closing your eyes, lifting up through the crown. And then maintaining that length, come back to center. Legs are straight again, hands to the shins, and then do an easy forward bend like we started with. Keeping the knees a little bit unlocked, tucking the chin. And then from there, looking towards the toes, sliding a little bit further forward. You might even grab your toes. Extend your spine upwards, walk the bottom back a little, and then exhale, folding back in. That should feel quite a bit deeper. We slowly ease out of that position. When we come to a lying down position, now in this position, reconnect to your neutral position, your neutral spine. Then think of lifting the pelvic floor and zipping up the jeans. We're going to just take the hands off the floor. Now make light fists, so make fists with your hands. Then lift your head up and look to your toes and squeeze your hands, and then lift one leg off the floor, pulling your pelvis in, your core in, and then close your eyes and close your mouth really firmly and squeeze everything you can think of. Hold and squeeze, hold and squeeze, hold and squeeze, and then relax everything. Palms turned up, shoulders relaxed and holding. Open up. So we're going to grip the thumbs again, making fists, lift the head and shoulders, lift your arms, lift your other leg, and then again, squeeze everything. Squeeze the pelvic floor, squeeze the leg tight, squeeze the arms, close the mouth, close the eyes, squeeze everything, holding, holding, squeeze and hold, and relax everything back down. One more time, tuck the thumbs in, lift the head and shoulders. Now taking one or two legs off the floor. Hold and squeeze. This is the last one. Squeeze, squeeze everything. Squeeze your bottom, close your mouth and eyes. Squeeze everything. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release, relax. Good. So just lying with your palms turned up. And you're completely relaxed throughout the whole body. Easy breath. And then from here, just start to focus on softening anything that's still holding any tension. So if you feel like there's some tension still in the shoulders, or you noticed any niggly parts of the body along the way, just find that ease. Breathe into those spaces. And start to feel like you're breathing with your whole body. Your feet, your legs, your hips, your torso, your shoulders and arms and hands, your head, your spine. So as you breathe, feel as though you're breathing into every cell, every part of your body. Full body breathing. Now, as you stay here and you focus on the breath, just focus a little bit on the practice. Even though there was effort, even though there was strengthening, there was a lot of ease. There was ease moving into postures. There was ease around the postures, and awareness is a flow, the natural flow, just working with the body rather than against the body. So see if you can bring that into your day a little bit today. Where can you come into flow? Where can we work with rather than against? And then just slowly bringing a little bit of movement into the fingers and toes, taking that stretch when you're ready, big stretch behind. And then bringing the knees into the chest or rolling to the side, and then make your way to a sitting position. And very good. Namaste.